Alright guys, welcome back. So we're back today doing our second episode of trading away an entire team, and we're gonna mix it up or change things a little bit, I should say, this time. Listen to some of you guys' feedback. A few things we should probably take care of here is one of the things I do want to do is make sure we do trade every single player. We mentioned it before where it's kind of difficult to do because EA does not, the trade finder thing doesn't really actually work properly, period. You know, not really, we already went over this or whatever. It doesn't really work for big players as you would expect it to. Like any team would want a Nathan MacKinnon, sure, they'd send a trade offer, but in NHL games, for whatever reason, trade finder just insists that not every team wants a good player. So what we're gonna do with guys like that is we're just gonna try to find a team for them. Maybe try to trade a player one for one for these guys, see if we can make that work or something along those lines. And then secondly, being, of course, that when we do look for a guy to play out here and find a trade for, we're going to try to make sure we're trading him for as many players as possible. I know if we can trade away all 20 players on a roster or whatever, it's going to get quite repetitive seeing a lot of draft picks being sent. So we're going to try to favor getting players that are getting trades that are players over players for draft picks to kind of keep things a little bit more, I guess, enticing, shall we say, instead of seeing 3,000 draft picks being sent this way. Now, it's going to be difficult because we've already mentioned there isn't really a lot of trade offers being sent out there. Wow, there's teams that want MacKinnon. Starting things off right, Nathan MacKinnon is ready to go. Avalanche, I'm pretty sure Winnipeg made a trade for Toronto's player too, but we have to go with Washington probably here. They're going 2 first-round draft picks. Samsonov, man, starting to look like that stud that they expected. 2 first and Samsonov for Nathan MacKinnon. Grubauer, you got yourself a little bit of competition back there. Just kidding, because Grubauer's going to be traded. Who am I kidding? So we don't have to worry about that. Go to roster moves. No, we don't need to go to roster moves. But you know what? Nathan McDaddy has been walked out the door going to the Washington Capitals as if they needed another center. Now they got Kuznetsov, Backstrom, and Nathan MacKinnon. That's just ridiculous. That's all I got to say about that. Rantanen's got trades too. You know why? Because Winnipeg's the only team I think EA programmed to make trades for big players, because see, they're offering a Avalanche trade for Rantanen, just like they was willing to offer that trade for MacKinnon. They're going to same trade for Rantanen, except this time Vassalainen and a second round pick. What's Vassalainen got up his sleeves that they want to trade him so badly for? He's a potential minor scoring forward. He is 20 years old right now. He was the 24th overall pick in 2017. Not sure why they're hating on him so much over there. Playing for Manitoba right now. He had 13 points in 22 games, and I don't know what league that was. Oh, the AHL. Okay, it's a team that's not available. So I guess you could say he could do better than that. Maybe they're worried about him. He's got 1 assist in 5 games played so far in it's 2018, 2019. As I said, it'd be pretty sick if they updated that with the rosters. But we'd still only get like a score update, once a month when they did 2 rosters, whatever like that. But that'd be kind of cool, right? Came with a roster update and they updated their stats for that season too. But Rantanen is going to the Winnipeg Jets. Rantanen gone. MacKinnon gone. Who else we got on his docket here? We got some big name players that get shipped out of the door. So we went to the Colorado Avalanche next because they have some studs and a half over there on the Avalanche. Makar. What are teams willing to trade to gain Makar? Maybe nothing. That is right, because Winnipeg already went out there and sent it. Even guys like Makar, you can't trade because of the low trade value. We'll see what we can get for Makar, though. You boys ready for this one? Hubert O for Makar, or Florida picking up some solid defense, some young defense, but giving away one of their best forwards for Makar. That trade was accepted. That is a trade we like seeing right there, EA. How come we can't suggest trades like that? That is an elite trade. A team's getting a defender, another team's getting a forward, as if Colorado needs another forward. But hey, they're trading their whole team away, so maybe they need another forward now. Picking up Hubert O for Makar. What a pickup for the Colorado Avalanche. What a pickup for the Florida Panthers, too. That would be an interesting trade to see how that one would go down. Those are the trades I'd love to see if we could get the trade finder to do stuff like that. Trading actually good players, sending actual trade offers and stuff like that. I think that'd be crazy good. Vassalainen, we have Hubert O Landeskog next on the list. Let's see if Landeskog gets trade offers. He's a lower potential here, and I will remind you guys, as I always do, I do the open trade block search. I get a comment every single video. Did you do the open trade block search? I always remind you guys. Yes, every single time to make sure anything's open. We don't care what we get. Anything's an option. Oh, Keith Yandel. It looks like Florida's not done. It's gonna be the Florida Avalanche and the Colorado Panthers by the end of this sim, it looks like. Joseph, a first and a first from Pittsburgh, and then Kyrou, a first and a first from St. Louis. I think because we already took a Florida trade once, we probably shouldn't do it again, and are only throwing on a second with Yandel. compared to 2 first and Joseph. Interesting one. A defenseman there, or 2 first and Kyrou for the St. Louis Blues. See, I don't like playing which trade's better here because I know Pittsburgh and St. Louis will both value their players how they will. So that's why I like to just randomly pick one. This time let's go with St. Louis. Let's go with St. Louis on this one. Landeskog to the Blues. Probably could have went Pittsburgh there. They probably went to winger a little bit more than the Blues do because they're out there, struggling with the injuries and stuff so much. Is Malkin back yet? I feel like Malkin misses like 10 games and he's gone. I don't know how long that injury is. I completely forgot. But continuing down the road, we have Nazem the Dream. Just traded for him in the offseason. Already shipping him out the door. Scandella. Buffalo loves shipping Scandella out the door. Gilbert on Chicago. Dallas says, we'll give you an Nyberg. Harley over there in Dallas. Delandrea. I don't know how to say your name. Erickson. Couple of guys over there. Nashville. 2 firsts for Kadri. Wow, good for Nashville. Too bad we can't take first round draft picks. We made the rule earlier. We have to take a player here. So we'll just go ahead and we'll take Scandella, I guess. It's the first one on the list here. It's not 2 firsts, though. We can get Gilbert in a first, though, from Chicago. Let's go Chicago's pick here. Kadri, you're going to Chicago. Have yourself a good time. We're going to take Scandella, and we're going to like it. Tyler Kins, what do you guys want to give up and trade to acquire him? The Ducks said we'll give you a couple picks. Arizona, same story. Scandella still being shipped out the door. Buffalo just doesn't want the Scandy, man. We are clear on that one. Here you go, Buffalo. You know what? You're the first trade here. You're offering a player. We'll pick the Scander Manor up, and you can have Yost or Yost. I like calling him everything. I like covering every single thing just to make sure, he could be from like 7 different countries. Even if he was born in one, you got to make sure you cover it all. Continuing down, Eric Johnson, the 31-year-old, still a solid defenseman. This team is stacked. Colorado is going to make some money moves this year, as if we didn't know. Back in 9 in. Okay, for Johnson, interesting. 25 trades. How about that? And 5 of them are Boston. Okay, Boston, you can have him. We got to give him to Boston. We don't have a choice here. Boston really wants Eric Johnson for some reason. I don't know why, but they really want Eric Johnson. Do we go back in 9 and defenseman for defenseman? We can't take the draft picks. Anderson for a 3rd and a 4th. I don't like that. Frederick, 3rd and a 4th. I guess we go down the route again. I'm trying not to. I am, though. That's what's funny. I'm trying not to put any sort of oh, should we take this trade because it's the best trade type of deal into it, because that could take like 6 years to diagnose every trade. But at the same time, that's kind of what we're doing when we're looking to do 5 trades. We're going to go straight up back in 9 in for Eric Johnson. That should be an interesting one to say the least. We got to find a way where we can just skip the edit roster moves thing right there and just continue on. Gerard, another young defenseman. As we mentioned, this Colorado team is just stupid stacked. Got a lot of young guys. Going to be interesting to see how long they can afford this stuff. We're going to go the back way here to take this trade. El Green off of the Winnipeg Jets. I think that is where we're going to go here. We'll take the first thing off the docket. 37 trade offers. I hate to break it to you, Toronto, but I just don't think EA wants to deal with you guys. When we was doing the Toronto guys, we were struggling to get like 7 or 8 trades. These boys are like, we'll just ship everything out the door. 37 trade offers. They love the young defenseman. We don't need a young defenseman, though. Let's look for a forward. We traded for a lot of defensemen. Let's take the first team offering a forward to us here. If there is one, there's a forward right there. Kajavak, some Russian guy, I'm assuming there. I don't know much about him, but he is now the proud teammate of Jonathan Hubert O in the Colorado Avalanche. Good for him. Here we go. We got about, I don't know, like 7 million players left here. We got a few. I would have thought Michigan had such great trade value. I guess he's only 24. That'll make sense. That'll be another one that gets like 30 trade offers. We'll just take the first one on that one as well. It took forever to load. There it is, 36. Well, we won't take the first one. We'll take the first one that is in the team we already sent the trade to. So Calgary. Oh, Stone, not the Stone we want. I almost lost it there. I thought we was getting Mark Stone, which would be interesting because I don't know how I ended up on Calgary. Nonetheless, we're getting Stone, a 2nd and a 3rd. Niskanen out the door. It's Nichushkin, isn't it? I always call him Niskanen. I'm thinking Niskanen. It's not, though. Niskanen is a completely different player. It rolls off the tongue that way, though. Ian Cole, the 2nd line defender for the Colorado Avalanche. Again, teams are all but interested. Honka. Gotta send it for Honka. I like the name. We're looking for another forward, though. We're looking for another forward. We're taking a lot of D-men. Let's make sure. Actually, we've got quite a few forwards. No, we don't. We traded. Yeah, we got Hubert O. So I guess we do have some forwards and some defenders in there. We're going to go one more trade for a forward, though. So, Afanasyev, yeah, that is definitely how you say your name. Afanasyev. Yep, yeah, that's perfect, right, Nashville? I know you guys will like that. That's why we waited to say the difficult trades till later in the video, because I know everybody will click off by that. It's like, well, we're here. Nobody heard me mispronounce it, though, so we're good. We're good. I kid. But I do appreciate it, though. For those that do stick around for the entire videos, I very, very much appreciate it. Appreciate it if you guys even stick around just for a couple minutes, though. I can understand, you know, maybe it's just not your video. You're not that interested, but you clicked on it, which I appreciate in the first place. Here we go. We got to ship out, what, Burakovsky? He's got to go too. Burakovsky, looking for some teams to see what they'd like to offer for Andre Burakovsky. If you did not know, we only go through the starters in this game. You know what we should have been doing? We should be going from worst to best trade value. Save the good for last, but you know what? We won't do that. First trade offer here is Buffalo. Bogosian and Rodriguez. I don't think we ever traded for Scandella, did we? So we'll take that one. Bogosian, Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure Bogosian's in the AHL in this game, if I ain't mistaken. But it sounds nice because I heard of him, so we're going to take him. It's going to be great. EA, you're going to give us the best lines. I don't know, this Colorado team, going with taking a player offers, I think we might actually be competitive. I think we got a chance to be competitive here. What do we got to send out? Zadorov, whatever you want to call his name. Zadorov, you have to go next here. You're out the door. That should be the last of the defensemen, right? We had Zadorov, Cole, and now we have to get Graves out the door still. Graves has to go, and then all the defensemen for Colorado are all but traded that are starters, at least currently starters that aren't injured or so on and so forth. Here we go. First trade offer for forward is Sorella. Florida, you already made a trade, though. You can't have him. We'll give it. Oh, nope. You already made a trade, too. You're going to be a New York Rangers, Zadorov, and we're going to take Celine. There's no way I'm even going to say his name right. We're just going to take a look at it and say no. We'll just pass up on it. We gave it an attempt. Not a chance. That was proper, though. Not a chance. It had a J in his name. It had a J. And what do you call that little thing above the letter? Not an asterisk. It's, gosh dang it, an accent? Is that what it's called, an accent? I was so confused by that, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We've got a few guys left here to ship out the door. Make sure we do hit everybody, though. We will go to the defenseman side. Is Graves not even in the game? There he is, the least trade value on the team. Good, sorry to hear that, Graves. I'm sure somebody wants... Nope, just kidding. Nobody wants Ryan Graves. All right, we're going to have to make a trade up ourselves here. We'll see if we can get like a 7th round draft pick for Ryan Graves, because nobody in the league wants Ryan Graves. That's just kind of rude. Not even a 7th round draft pick offer. You know why? He's got the least value on our team. We might not even be able to get a 7th round draft pick for Ryan Graves, but this should be interesting. Let's see if we can make this work or not. Ryan Graves, I think you're better than that, Ryan Graves. Don't worry. I don't know what EA's doing being so disrespectful to you like that, but I think you're a great guy. I think you're worth like maybe a 6th, but we'll try 7th just to see if they take it or not. 7th round pick, Ryan Graves. They did take it. Okay, see you later, Ryan Graves. Out the door. Nice knowing you. I guess technically we are saving the best for last, though, if you want to consider Grubauer the best player on the team, because we will save the goalie for last, as we always do. Donskoy, you have to be shipped out the door, friend. Another guy with very little trade value, even at 27. Not a lot of trade value there. I like that, though. Going to the Ducks, nope, no. All Blue Jackets. You can do better than that, Columbus. Come on. Oh, this looks like an all draft picks guy right here. Doesn't look like anybody's willing to send a player. Oh, Pittsburgh is. Pittsburgh's willing to send a 5th, 3rd, and a 7th defenseman. That's where you're going to be going, Donskoy. Per rule, we're trading for players. And that was the first one we got there. I don't want to go to roster. There should be a best lines button right there. Right there. It'll be fantastic. It'll be huge. We'll love it. It'll be great. Let's continue on. No, let's see. We have more forwards to do. I think I have to reset this filter every single time. That is lovely, because I would love to do that. Matt Calvert! The ex-Blue Jacket. You're dang right we're going to see what Matty Calves wants. I'm just saying, Colorado loves the Blue Jackets' old players for whatever reason. They love taking them. I don't know if we're going to get a player for Matty Calves, though. It does not look like it. Oh, we are. Okay, goalie. Silovs off of Vancouver and a 4th. Just in case Samsonov doesn't turn out, we have ourselves a goalie I've never heard of to go out and take his place. All right, Owen Wilson, I know you're a hot commodity. Somebody has to want you out there. Well, we do not have a lot of forwards after all the way it's looking. Somebody out here is willing to wheel and deal for Colin Wilson, something other than a draft pick, and it's going to be Olivier and the Nashville Predators, who are going to throw in a 3rd round draft pick while they're at it. They're like, sure, take the draft pick while you're on it. We don't mind. We don't need that. A 3rd and a 6th. Seems like a pretty solid trade right there, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Colin Wilson's a pretty solid player, too. Depends who you're asking, I guess. From EA, it seems like a pretty solid player, I should say. Here we go. We have Bogosian, Scandella, Stone, Dunn, Nieto. Nieto, you're the next one to be walked out the door there, buddy. 79 overall, 26 years old. He could go for Steen. We need a center over here, too. So, you know what? Steen in a 4th for Nieto. That is not Alexander, but it is a Steen nonetheless. Boston, enjoy yourself a Nieto. We will enjoy Steen in your draft pick. And we'll see you guys in Stanley Cup Finals. Maybe. We'll see. This might not turn out too well for our Colorado Avalanche. Just taking a guess. By the fact that we tore apart this entire team, I got a feeling it might not go the greatest. Bellemare, whatever. Bellemare, yeah, I like Bellemare. You're out the door, buddy. You're gone. You're shipped to the anybody we want because you have no player trade offers. Columbus, baby. There you go, Columbus. I had to get you guys a trade. I guess that was probably our only draft picks we have for the next 2 years, 2 fourths. So that was the only thing we could really offer. Good for Columbus, though. Good for Columbus. Auto fix the rosters. That's great. Do we have any players left that aren't goalies? Let me take a look here. I think we have just about everybody minus the goaltenders out the door here. We will filter by overall. We will go down the list. Hubert O. Go. Comfer's got to go. Comfer's got to go. And I think that's it. Is that it? It looks like it's it. Unless there's somebody really low down the list here. That should be everybody. Wow, what happened to our forwards? Where did our players go? We traded all those players and got like nothing in return. Hopefully Comfer can get us something. We're going to have to trade Grubauer for a forward because our forward team, we might not win 10 games with this lineup. By the way it looks right now, it just might not happen. Philadelphia, LaBerge going for Comfer and a third. Throwing on those third round draft picks, they seem nice. I mean, I guess in hockey, third round, it's very, 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 very hit or miss. They just seem like, you're still in that area where you could hit somebody. I mean, you're likely to miss, but you're not, I feel like the 4th, 5th, and 6th, once you get farther down the list, it's even more difficult, but right there, you still have a chance. 2 goalies to be shipped out the door. We need some forwards. Samsonov, Grubauer's got no trade value, really. Interesting. They must have changed the trade value for goalies. I remember goalie costing so much. I guess Grubauer doesn't have a high overall. Oh, no. Oh, no, we needed a forward. We can't do it. There's one trade offer for Grubauer. It's the Edmonton Oilers. I am sorry you have to play in front of that defense over there, Grubauer, but we don't have a choice. You'll be all right, I guess. It will definitely be a change of scenery for you. And then we have their backup goalie that needs traded. No, I don't want to do that. I'm on the wrong screen here. Best lines. Go back to the trade block to trade him. I guess that'd probably be a better idea there. Now we can trade away. We have our final player, unless we can manage to trade away a head coach, which you can't do in this game. And we're going to get very minimal offers, it looks like. It looks like Radish of the Rangers or Amon. You know what? Let's go with the fringe starter just in case. I think we have enough goalies, but just in case. This team's not looking good. I'm being completely honest, not looking good. But that is what happens when you trade away the entire team. Of course, we're going to take a look at this team real quick, and we're going to take a look at how they do for the season. But let's take a look at the draft picks we have first. We have 4 first-round draft picks, so we didn't turn out too bad. 4 first, Chicago, St. Louis, Washington, and the Colorado Avalanche. When it comes to the seconds, we have 4 second-round picks this year, so we are stacked at the draft this season. Couple of 4s. We got 3 first-rounders next year. Looks like we got 4 second-rounders next year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 third. We got literally every team's third round draft pick next year. I'd like to think we can hit on one of them. Same can be said about the 4th round. We got a lot of draft picks out for the next 2 years. There's a lot of draft picks to work with. Obviously, we only sim up 1 year though, so we can't really tell what those draft picks are going to do for us. But if Colorado dumped their entire team, we would be seeing that. So we're going to go ahead and sim up this season. When this season is complete, I'll catch you guys back here just to get an idea of... Actually, I lied. We have to take a look at this roster. We missed the roster. Let's take a look at the roster here real quick. Go to the view draft class because it got really buggy and just spammed straight down when I went to edit lines for some reason there. One more try. There we go. Perfect. I think it's Hubert O and friends. Hubert O and friends, it is indeed. Kyrou. Wow, this team. 1 overall, 1 player over an 80 overall. I'm imagining Hubert O is going to drop like 40 points and a minus 50. That poor kid. The rest of this team is ready to tank. At least we're going to get some good draft picks. Hey, we got Stone and Bogosian, no? Decent, and our goaltending isn't bad, right? Samsonov, he's going to have his work cut out for him, especially at a 78 overall. Let's get the predictions out there early. What are we thinking here? 8-win season. I'm going to go 8, 70, and 4. All right, so our season actually didn't go that bad. 23, 24 wins. Actually a pretty solid season for the team we had. Hubert O and friends, literally, to pull off 24 wins was solid. Hubert O actually dropped 71 points. 71 points and 16 assists, or 16 goals only, too. Like, there was not a lot to pass to, and Hubert O made it work. 55 points out of Rodriguez. Vasilina had 50. Good for him. He needed to go in there and step up early for this team. Granted, he was a minus 28. We needed that out of the young guy over there. We made a big trade for him. It had to work. Olivier and Steen over there, 4 points. Minus 40! That is definitely not a good Steen. I can tell you that, Mr. Oscar Steen. I'll tell you right now. Minus 36, minus 24. Take a look at the goaltending real quick here. See how the goaltending did do. Samsonov, 893 save, 915 out of the backup. 9 and 12. Good for the backup. That's usually how this works in this game. The lower overall sim better than the higher overalls. The goalie stats still probably don't properly work in this game by the sim the way that looks there. Otherwise, though, that is going to wrap up this episode. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, big thumbs up, subscribe. Appreciate it. If you guys got a suggestion for the next video we do for a Players Well Trade, please do send the suggestions down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.